Days before WWE rolls into Toronto for the Elimination Chamber PLE, the premier promotion in professional wrestling, stopped in Cincinnati for the Go Home edition on Netflix. Rhea Ripley addressed her upcoming match while CM Punk, Seth Rollins and Logan Paul met inside the ring. So yeah, without further ado, let's kick off the show. And we started off with Logan Paul and his son's worst new entrance music. He took to the squared circle to address the fans in Ohio, drawing chants of "You suck." After the Maverick ran down his opponents in Sunday's Chamber match, Punk interrupted and issued a warning or two to Paul. He told the YouTuber in his business, "You're nothing." This resulted in a slap from Paul, who rolled out of the ring and rushed out of the ramp, evading payback from the man with whom he will share a steel cage in Toronto. The crowd was hot, and the two polar opposites personas helped to elevate this above what would otherwise be a one-dimensional opening. The segment also gave fans a side story in the Elimination Chamber and planted seeds for a potential interaction down the line, maybe even at WrestleMania 41 in the upcoming months. Before the first match of the night was Pete Penta versus Pete Dunne versus Ludwig Kaiser, and it was greeted by chants of "This is awesome," and such talented performance in this. They continued their weeks-long rivalry, each seizing the upper hand in the contest. At one point, Dunne delivered the better end to Penta, only for Kaiser to break up. Moments later, the German would again capitalise on the opening, dumping Penta from the ring and delivering an inverted hammerlock DDT to the Bruiserweight for the win. This was a fun three-way that had the fans hanging on every moment and being solidly behind Penta. Ultimately, Kaiser scored the win in what can best be described as an upset, but it was one that continues his rivalry with the Luchador. What the end game is remains to be seen, but yeah, this was really good, and I think it keeps a clear path to maybe a match with Penta and Kaiser down the line. So I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. Before Women's World Champion Rhea Ripley joined Jackie Redmond in the stands for a brief promo about her match with Io Sky next week, the Australian reminded everyone of her dominance in the 5 years since she last squared off with the Genius of the Sky, and has run down the list of superstars she beaten. Sky appeared vowed to win the title and wrapped up the short segment. So yeah, can't wait for that match next week. It's going to be great. The New Day then added a string of wins in recent weeks by defeating Cruz del Toro and Joaquin Wilde of LWA. The babyfaces started hot, but Kingston downed Del Toro's behind the officials back, and New Day took control of the match. They dominated the action from there, cutting short comeback attempts late and scoring momentum building victory. Another heat building win for the heels, who continue to be one of the hottest acts on Raw. The post-match beatdown saw them lay out Dragon Lee for good measure, but they may have done more damage than good for Luchador, but further strengthened New Day at a time when they are seeing their stature grow with every passing week. So yeah, I'll go at a 6 out of 10. Yeah, good stuff. Good to see New Day finally getting some momentum as heels. Moving on then to Gunther, and he issued a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for Cesaro to do something he claimed a men's Rumble winner would never do: earn his respect. The underdog showed great fire and unloaded on the ring general early, but the dominant champ overwhelmed him with some devastating strikes, chopping the air out of Cesaro and finishing him with a powerbomb. After the match, Gunther continued to punish his opponent, even downing Otis with a sleeper when he attempted to make the save for his tag partner. Jey Uso hit the ring, chased off Gunther and stood tall to close the segment. A great bit of business which highlighted what can happen when Gunther's Herbis get the better of him. It's a story that will almost certainly play out on Mania. Kudos to Zawa, who showed great fire here. While it wasn't quite on the same level, it was reminiscent of Triple H and Taka Michinoku. And yeah, I thought that was pretty good stuff. So yeah, I'm going to give it a 6 out of 10. Before we got the women's IC title match, Lyra Valkyria against Dakota Kai. And yeah, as has been the case throughout their rivalry to this point, the match highlighted the in-ring chemistry of the competitors. Valkyria dominated early, but Kai fought her way back into the contest and even appeared to have victory in hand at one point. The Valkyrie fought the onslaught off though, and delivered the Nightwing to score the victory. After the match, Nyla attacked Kai on the ramp and laid out Valkyria in the square circle before holding out the IC title overhead to close things out. A strong bout coupled with a post-match angle that propels forward and gives fans an indication of what next for the champion helped make this entire segment a sizable thumbs up, even if this is a lot more interesting than Niall chasing for the gold. So yeah, I'll go with 6 out of 10. Before we got Bron Breakker taking on Dominic Mysterio, and 1 week after inadvertently steering Dom, Bron Breakker battled the second generation star. Mysterio got in more offense than may well have been expected thanks to a well-timed distraction from Carlito and Balor ringside, but Breakker brushed his opponent offense off and was poised to fold him in half with a devastating spear. Instead, Mysterio's Judgment Day teammates attacked during a DQ. Breakker has still fended them off and was in a position of power as he backed Balor off and stood tall to close things out. And yeah, it maybe seems that one of the Judgment Day could be next in line for the IC title. There's plenty of questions, not least around where AJ Styles fits in. It appears that things are headed towards a throwaway match, maybe down the road, even at Mania. And yeah, it will be a fun match, but yeah, it'll be intriguing to see where it goes. Moving on then to Cody Rhodes, who hit the ring to discuss his interaction with The Rock on Friday night. He waxed poetically about the Moro dilemma before Seth Rollins interrupted and asked him what the hell he's even thinking about doing, becoming Rock's champion. He warned that his tag partner from last year's WrestleMania main event not to hate him, and then vowed to win the men's elimination chamber match and challenge for the American Nightmares title on the grand stage. It was a great prayer segment. Not only did Rhodes call out Rollins coming across as judgmental given how the Visionary allowed hate to engulf him, but Rollins rightly questioned what the champ was doing. Rollins has been the heart of WWE for the past year, calls out what he believes, and now he sees Rhodes coming one step closer. He wants to stop it. Whether Rhodes heeds advice or where it goes, it'll be a major selling point for the chamber. Before we got our main event, the women's tag title match, Bianca Belair and Naomi against Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. Morgan and Rodriguez are new champions following a dramatic main event that saw them benefit from incessant Dominic interference and their own resiliency to defeat Naomi and Bianca Belair. The near falls were plentiful, and fans ate up every one of them, never quite knowing if the seemingly unbeatable champions would overcome their heel tactics used by their opponents. They got their answer as Morgan pinned Naomi seconds after Rodriguez smashed her head into the ring post, unbeknownst to the official, and secured her and her partner's place in the history books as the first ever three-time tag champs. On a night that also highlighted women's wrestling in the form of Valkyria and Kai, this was a banger of a main event that spotlighted the incredible chemistry of both teams. So I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. It's just really good to see the women's tag titles getting such hype in a main event segment on Raw, and hopefully it continues. Morgan and Raquel, it feels like they've been building up to winning the belts for a long time, and I think it's the right decision to put the belts on them, and very intrigued to see where it goes from here. Overall, Raw this week gets a 6 out of 10 from me. I thought it was a pretty decent episode of Raw this week. Really enjoyed the main event and some good other stuff on there as well. You can really see that we're building up slowly now. Lots of potential Mania matches getting in place as well. So on the whole, gets 6 out of 10 from me. Good stuff, and I think heading in the right direction, heading to Chamber and beyond. That's it for this video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, follow us on our socials, link in the description below for daily wrestling news, meme and content. Subscribe to our other channels on screen right now, that'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.